Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah, NBA Straya. How are you going? How you going? Are you good? You should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, it's Thursday, which means the week's over. Come on, it's Friday tomorrow. You don't have to do anything. Go get on the tins. You've got my permission. This is NBA Straya. I am your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios. And basketball, give me the ball, cause I'm gonna dunk it. Yeah! What a day of hoops that was, I'll tell you what. And most importantly, Teammate of the Year was announced. We had 3 Game 5s. Austin Reaves came back. But most importantly, obviously, second most important after Teammate of the Year was announced, lottery reform has been floated. We've got some details there. We got it yesterday, but because I was, 9 sheets to the wind yesterday when I did the show, apologies for that, by the way. I'm like, did I even talk about Embiid being awesome? Anyway, this is what happens when you just do tins with Jim shows. And then to be honest, I want to do more tins with Jim shows. It's just the timing's always a bit off. Because it's just, look, drinking around, 3 in the afternoon is it tends to be frowned upon when you're going to go then pick up a couple of squids from school and daycare. But anyway, so we're going to go through the Game 5s today, which was a pretty fun day because I think I said on NBA Coffee on this morning, which was actually just NBA drop-off because I had no time to get a coffee. 2 knockout games and neither team has been knocked out. So it's very interesting. I'll tell you that much. It's you could almost say it's some interesting stuff.
Interesting stuff.
So we're going to wrap up the games and do some awards. That's not a knife. Oh, mate, no, mate. Spud of the night, bet on Lonzo ball. We've got some nails and Unpopular Opinion of the day and a really juicy Outback Takehouse that I'm just giddy about how great this is going to be. We've got an Andrew Gaze Grey Mumber Award. We've got the picks and previews for tomorrow as well. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Episode 1393 of NBA Straya. Oh, let's go!
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Dyson Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the shark attack.
You better. So, how do you guys feel about Inside the NBA? Right? It's now on ESPN. And it's so whelming now when they go to it. Everyone's like kind of a bit more behaved. Chuck's just like, Shaq's being complimentary of big men. I don't know. It's just a bit, how you going? That makes me a bit sad, actually. But anyway, so you better watch out for the attack of Shaq being kind of boring. Better watch out for the attack of draft lottery reform, though, if you're a NBA team that stinks next year. Y'all going to get shafted. All right, let's start with today's show. The way we start every show here at NBA Straya, I believe it's with some sort of whip around. Yes, there you go. First off, Austin Reaves came back today. That's fun. It also seemingly did not help the Lakers that much in the end. But also, Luka Doncic. So even if the Lakers do get out of this round, which is not a guarantee, the expectation, according to that weird flog Shams, is that if the Lakers beat Houston in advance, Luka might be out for the entirety of the next series as well. So you're telling me he flew to Spain to get that Kobe treatment, just not in Germany, in España. I don't know. That seems like a big chunk of time for our man Luka, so that sort of sucks. Anyway, we'll dig into draft reform in a second. Teammate of the Year was announced. I do love this because this was DeAndre Jordan, right? He wins it. Everybody loves him. He's on a team that no one cares about. And everyone's like, wait, he's still in the league? And yes, he got 66 first place votes ahead of Jrue Holiday. He only just won it as well. 1,445 votes with your first gets 10, second gets 7, third gets 5, fourth gets 3, fifth gets 1. So he only wins it by like 8 votes ahead of Jrue, 1445 to 1437, and only just ahead of Jeff El Jefe, Uncle El Jefe Green, who was on 1420 in third. So just a bunch of, I like this because most of it's just old dudes, and then there's Pat Connaughton. It's very weird. So DeAndre Jordan wins it ahead of Jrue, ahead of El Jefe Green. Garrett Temple, beloved teammate around the NBA, got 46 first place votes. That's how much they love him. Who he play for, Jim? Toronto. That's kind of fun. Paddy Connaughton, he got 26 first place votes, which is hilarious because it's basically like you can tell which teams just voted for the one dude. When they all got their ballots, they're like, oh, let's all just vote for Paddy. And then one of the other teams that Paddy would have been on went and did the same thing because they just still love Paddy Connaughton, which is kind of neat. Brunson after that, Tatum, De'Aaron Fox. I do love that Duncan Robinson got exactly 12. That's all of the Detroit guys voting for him, including him. Jalen Williams got 25 first place votes. Sure. Desmond Bain got 18 because that's what? All of the Memphis Grizzlies and then half of the Magic. The other half hate him. And Marcus Smart comes in last there. So, cool, I guess. Right. So, I can't wait for the Hustle Award tomorrow, which I just assume is something to do with the excellent movie, Hustle. Anyway, draft reform. Let's do that one. So, the league wants to introduce this new draft lottery system from next season. Essentially the 3-2-1 system. Because everything needs to be, it's the 3-2-1 system. It's really easy to remember. And then it just gets stupidly complicated because it's the NBA. And they can't do anything without doing it at ass backwards with their head up their own ass, not knowing their fucking ass from their elbow and like not being able to see the forest for the trees. To mix a few metaphors together in a big metaphor pot. In that way, it's the same as the AFL. If you listen to Footy Unfiltered, Lord, do I love AFL media twisting itself in knots to figure out, criticism bingo for like, what have they fucked up this week? But the AFL just never getting out of their own road and making it substantially worse every time. The NBA does the same thing. And so this one, the 3-2-1 system, right? Basically, the bottom 16 teams, right? So you got your draft lottery, expand it from 14, and the bottom 3 teams don't get the best odds. So you get 3 balls, 2 balls, or 1 ball. Ever met a bloke without, a ball? There you go. So essentially it's an 8.1, a 5.4, or a 2.7% chance. So they've just flattened the odds across the board for all these teams. Which is, it just kind of makes a bit of sense when you sort of lay it out and you're like, yeah, okay, I kind of get it. So the losers of the 7-8 play-in games get this 2.7% chance, so like 1 ball. The 9 and 10 seeds in each conference, right? They get 5.4%. And so do the teams with the 3 worst records in the NBA. And then 4 through 10, they get 8.1%. Jim, you've already lost me. Exactly. And this is what the NBA just keeps on doing. I do like, though, there's a couple of little addendums there. That's sort of the stuff that I've talked about. No team can win the top pick in consecutive years or have 3 consecutive top 5 picks. I would have gone that little bit harsher and gone, you can't pick in the top 4 or the top 5 in back-to-back years. You just automatically get bumped down. So we don't get this elongated tankathon from specific teams as they try to build up. Teams can't protect picks in slots 12 to 15. Who cares? That's not going to change much. And then there's like this sort of weird thing where they're going to basically, it's only got a 2-year runway, this one. It expires after the 2029 draft, which is a key date, of course, isn't it, Jim? Yes, it is. So they have to vote again to basically continue it. But you might remember 2029 is probably about when these mooted expansion teams might be entering the NBA. So I've got to assume that they'll throw some provisos in with those guys if they actually get the teams up. And away we go. And hopefully my Seattle Supersonics. Oh, one of the things I don't know if I mentioned yesterday, if you're watching on the YouTube, I should get it out. Behind me is a Sean Kemp Cleveland. That's right. Cleveland Cavaliers jersey. It is an absolute fucking beauty. It's signed as well. I love it. It's over there. I got to get it up on the wall at some point, but wow. I think I've got like, don't tell the squids, but I think they've just dropped down in estimation of my most valuable things. No, the kids are all right. The other thing is, the league can give themselves expanded disciplinary authority to regulate tanking by having the option to reduce teams' lottery odds and or modify their draft positions, which I fucking love. That's Adam Silver going, I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. You, I'm pinging you 5 spots because you're dickheads. And you fucking cheap prick. Because you haven't been spending any money, guess what? You're picking 16, fuckwit. I love it. I'm actually more on board with that. Extreme punitive measures. Bring them in. If you really want to stamp out tanking, bring the fucking hammer. Anyway, so I don't think this shit doesn't, like flattening the odds, you've just made it very fucking complicated. Well, we don't want to reward the guys at the bottom of the bottom. Yeah, fine. But there's also other measures we could figure out, and I think it's a bit easier, and I've already explained them time and time again. But in true NBA fashion, they've gone and done it fucking stupid. So there you go. I'll explain this a little bit more tomorrow. I think I'll do some more nahs on it. Because I've gone through this a couple of different times from a different couple of perspectives, right? And like small market teams, I think get fucked by this. I think tanking, especially over the next 2 years with the next 2 drafts not looking especially loaded or anything, it's a pretty funny like fix for something that might not have mattered really that much in the next couple of years anywho. But yeah, I think it's all just a bit, again, head up your ass trying to find the forest for the trees kind of fun. Anyway, and before we go on, I did want to ask you the question. Hey, is this the best first round you can remember? Because it's getting fucking close, right? Because all 4 East series will go for at least 6 games. So after Philly won yesterday, after Detroit won today, all of the East first rounders are going at least 6. So we've already gotten 2 done and finished in the West, but all 4 in the East are going at least 6. And to be honest, the way some of these are going, I might go 7. It's the 4th time since 2003 that the first round series in a conference has gone at least 6 games. It's the first time the East has done it since 2003. The other 3 times were the West, right? They did it. I think the last time it happened was the 2014 first round in the West. And 3 of those went 7. So yeah, Clippers over Warriors. Remember that? 14 Western Conference first round. That's like the year before the Warriors went ham. That was an awesome series. Thunder over Grizzlies, another really good one. Spurs over Mavs in the 14 first round as well. Blazers beat the Rockets in 6. It also happened in the 2010 first round of the Western Conference and the 2013 Eastern Conference. So this is the 4th. It's pretty cool. It's really fucking fun. I'm loving this because I think I was halfway through watching this Detroit-Orlando game. Let's just start there. There's the game wraps. Orlando lose 109-116 in Detroit. I'm watching this game going, yeah, I could fucking go a couple more games of this rock fight. You had Paolo and Cade go absolutely hammer and tongs at each other. They both dropped 45. It's fucking awesome. It's fucking special. And it just shows, it just shines a dirty big light on just how shit the rest of their teams are when they're just like, can you help out? And the rest of the team's like, nah, not really. Like Bane showed a little bit of something, but not much. Tobias Harris was really good, but this was a crazy, weird game. So no Franz Wagner, hello, for the Orlando Magic with his ankle, which was not good. Or calf. And this was just turned into a good old shootout, like, pistols at dawn kind of vibe between Cade and Paolo Banchero. Good start from the Pistons, though, which was crucial, right? Their defense first. They need to get this offense singing. They did earlier. They had 38 in the first quarter or whatever. Paolo just looked really, really good as well. There just wasn't that much help anywhere. Bane and Black hit some threes, though, so that was kind of handy, and they're sort of sticking around. And then I think Cade, through the third quarter, it's still like, a bit of Detroit. He had 37 at that point. Detroit's up 10 going into the fourth quarter. The Magic missed some free throws. I think they were 14 of 27 at three-quarter time, which is just, hey, you going? But Detroit had this really good start to start the fourth. They get up 16. Bang, Anthony Black hits a three after another bucket. Suddenly it's all been dragged back. But then they just sort of settled and rolled from there, right? Did the Pistons. And so I do love that the biggest problem they clearly have is getting that secondary scorer and getting that extra sort of oomph on their offense. And today it was Tobias Harris going, all right, 23 points. You got it, boss. And he got there. It was remarkable. Hit some big shots, add a bit of shit to him. But more so for me, watching this game was the intensity and the defense with which Ausar Thompson, he was awesome, Thompson today. The defense was off its fucking head. 5 steals, a couple of blocks for him, a couple of blocks for Duran. Beef Stew only had the 1 block, which is disappointing after 8 last game. But a couple of steals for Tobias Harris. They had 16 turnovers from Orlando. Like the Pistons had 17 of their own because you had Cade and Ausar turning it over as soon as looking at it. But the way that they played was much more forceful. They dictated what they were trying to do. And like every time that the Magic made a bit of a run at them, they had an answer. Usually the answer was like, just give it to fucking Cade and get it out of the road. But by the time they're up 10 early, like Orlando sort of crept up that little bit closer right at the end. They got it down to a 5-point game or whatever. It was a 3-point game, I think, after Paolo hit that big 3 with like a minute to go. And you're like, Jesus, are they going to steal this? And then Cade just goes, fucking nut. Check this out. Bang. Dagger. It was awesome. Puts them back up, 5 with like 32 seconds left. And they ride it from there. But that was just such a big, bold moment from Cade. It was such a beautiful shot. And the way that Detroit played defense at times in this game, like, yeah, this is what they should be doing. So really fun game. You got 45 from Paolo on 17 of 31 shooting. He was great. Bain had 18, went 4 of 10 from deep. Suggs 10 of 5 and Wendell 9, 4 of 4. But that was it. They just didn't have that. Without Franz out there to have like that extra little bit of something. Black was fantastic off the bench. He had 19, hit 4 threes. But yeah, they were sort of just a little bit lacking. And look, for the Orlando Magic to lose a game that they shot 17 of 38 from downtown in, that's a kick in the dick, I'll tell you. The Pistons got 45 from Cade, as mentioned, which is pretty cool. He went 13 of 23, 5 of 8 from downtown. Love that as well. He had the 6 turnovers on 5 assists, but whatever. Duran had 12 and 9. Tobias the Never Nude, as I mentioned, 23. Duncan Robinson hit a couple of threes. But that was it. It was just these 2 one-man bands, really, with a little bit of help from Bain and Harris and their big men. It was 100% the fucking Spider-Man meme. Just like pointing at each other going, spot the fucking difference. There is no difference. So there was no Kevin Huerter in this one either for the Pistons. Ausar was fantastic, though. The defense made all the difference. Orlando now lead this series 3-2. That was fun as hell. And I'm like, yeah, let's just fucking keep this one going. Right? Because Cleveland, Toronto looks like it's going to go 7. And, I mean, those 2 teams will then play each other in the second round, so you may as well just keep it going and keep me entertained with more basketball. So, that'd be good. Speaking of which, Toronto fall short in Cleveland. Despite dominating the game for a lot of it, 121-25. This all came down to Dennis Schroder. I am German Rondo. And Mobley hitting a couple of threes in a big moment in the fourth quarter. Ingram goes down early as well. He had a heel problem, which sucks for the Raptors. And this is obviously like the sort of game where you need a couple of role players just to step up and go, whoopang! Just take control out of nowhere. And that's what happened for Toronto on the road. Suddenly Jacoby Walter and Jamal Shed are going off their fucking Jamal heads and having a great time. They controlled it like for a massive chunk of this game. It was like, 74-67 at the half. Bit defense optional this game as well. They scored the first 5 points of the third quarter as well. It was still like, I don't know, they got reeled in that third quarter. Then the fourth quarter, saved by the Schroder and those Mobley threes because they scored the first 8 points in the fourth quarter, did Cleveland, and sort of just took control of the game from there. The Raptors shot 7 of 28 in the fourth quarter. Cleveland hit 7 of their first 11 shots and basically just wrenched the game away. 100% snatching a victory from the jaws of defeat. the big problem they had is that Donnie Mitchell and James Harden were absolutely dog shit in the second half. There was 58 points, I think, scored by the Cavs in the second half. Donnie Mitchell and James Harden scored 12 of them. It's not great, but they still got the win. So that's important. And it was good to see Mobley just go, yes, fucking everybody settle down, including you, Jim. I am good. And I'm like, yes, good. Do more of this, please. And Schroder just going, all right. I expected it actually to be probably Maxi Strus to have like one of those games where he hits like 5 threes out of nowhere. You're like, Maxi Strus. Instead, it was Schroder. And he was really, really fucking good. 11 points in the fourth quarter. Basically just dragged them over the line while the Raptors just couldn't get anything going. They, however, went 15 of 38 from 3. Not that bad. They missed 8 free throws though, 17 and 25. Not a great day for the free throw shooting for the losing East teams, right? The Raptors and the Magic Men. RJ was good. He had 9 of 19 for 25. You had Scoob, 6 of 16 shooting. He was a defensive fucking menace, though. He was everywhere. A couple of sick blocks in there. 17, 8, and 11 with 4 turnovers. Teenage Mutant Jakob Poeltl. 14 and 9. Jacoby Walter hit a million threes early. Couldn't get much going second half. 20 points overall and 6 of 14 shooting for him. Shed had 18 with 4 made threes. Mamu had 10. Calamari Boyles had 8, 5, and 2. Sick block in there as well, but just wasn't quite enough when Cleveland got going. Mobley hit 3 for 3 on threes. 23 and 9 for Mobley. Not bad. Harden had 6 turnovers and 5 assists, but still managed 23 and 9. 7 of 17 for Mitchell. This was a really strange Cleveland win where they've been carried by Mobley and Schroder. And you're like, that's not how this should go. I'm a bit worried about games 6 and likely 7 for Cleveland now. But they got the win. Now they get to go, right, we are, we're up in the series. We've got 2 chances now to finish this. And, noted playoff assassin, James Harden, if he's assassinating his own foot by fucking shooting it or assassinating his own pants by shitting down them. So just saying, bit crazy. Fun times, though. Fun times. So good job by Cleveland to get the win. 18 of 36 from downtown for them because Jalen Tyson hit a couple of threes. Merrill hit a couple of threes. Schroeder hit 4 of them. They sort of just hit their shots. They did enough. They go up 3-2. And then the last game, Houston versus the Lakers.
The Lakers stink!
Especially in these last 2 closeout games. Being up 3-0, now it's 3-2. Look out. I've got some thoughts. Weird game because Reaves comes back. It's 99-93. Houston win this. And they came very close to doing exactly what they did in game 3 and shitting the bed after being in an almost unassailable position at the end of the fourth quarter. They tried to do the same thing again today. Unfortunately, the Lakers couldn't hit any fucking shots. It was 51-47 at the half, but the big thing was for the Lakers, all the turnovers. They just fucking kept giving them the ball. Houston hit a bunch of threes in the first half as well. Third quarter was all Rockets. And again, this is the no KD again for the Rockets. Again, I'm burying the lead a little bit. No Kevin Durant. And Tari Eason has these games. You're like, boys, am I the best player on this court? And everyone's like, no, Tari Eason. He's like, no, I think I might be. Just check this out. And everyone's like, fuck, this is a little bit too much Tari Eason. Goal. But at times, you're like, he's feeling... I think if you listen to NBA Straya for a while, I love junk bucket dudes. Like the guys who, when your scoring just goes into the absolute toilet and you're manufacturing absolutely zero, your stars aren't hitting shots, you need that one guy who just gets some random offensive rebound and puts it back up and in. Or gets a steal and gets a fast break point out of fucking nowhere. You're like, what the hell was that? Tari Eason is like the Michael Jordan of Thad Youngs. It's it's awesome. I fucking love him. And this fourth quarter was really interesting, right? So the third quarter, they, going up 9 going into the fourth quarter, it sort of just wavered between 9 and 11 and 12 and 9 and 8 or whatever. And 5 minutes to go, the Lakers just couldn't hit a 3. That was the big story in that second half. So if you're a Lakers fan, you're sitting going, fuck, if we just hit some threes in this game, we probably win it. And you're probably right. because I think they're 0 of 5. Then Rui finally hits a 3 after, like, there's a LeBron drive, like 5 minutes to go, pulls it back to 9 points. Rui hits that 3. They get this sick, like, it was the sick block from Ayton that sets that up. They get out in the break. Reaves goes. And then there's a 6-point game after this 7-0 Lakers run. LeBron misses a 3. Reed Shepherd misses a 3. It's still a 7-point game with 3 minutes 40 to go. And then Ayton gets a putback. It's a 5-point game, 88-83. And then they just can't manufacture any fucking points. They get a Thompson miss. LeBron gets his up and in to drop. It's a 3-point game, 88-85, 2:45 left. But because they could not, and then cometh the moment, cometh the Lego hair. Reed Shepherd has 2 massive moments at the end of this game that win it basically for Houston. This sick jumper where he just works Ayton into the post. He sort of fumbles it a bit, dribbles around, just gets to the spot, pulls up, beats Ayton, who's like this half second too slow. Takes him into the guts, pull-up jumper, splash. Then Reed Shepherd steals the ball from LeBron, fast break dunk. They're back up 7, out of nowhere. 2 minutes to go. There's like a lot of fucking round. LeBron goes in and out and in and out. Just working Elpy. And then he finally just gets enough downhill steam to get it up and in. This is all sounding very suggestive, Jim. Then there's an offensive foul on Eason, and this is the other big moment right at the end of the game. For the push on Reeves, who falls into Rui. And somehow they review it and go, he wasn't in a legal position. It's like, but that doesn't stop Tari Eason from fucking shoving him out of the road. What are we doing here? There's an arm extension. Every time you see that, it's like, yeah, that's a fucking foul. So they overturn it. Eason has, 2 more free throws, so it's back up to a 7-point game with like a minute and a half to go. More free throws, quick Reeves bucket. There's a loose ball foul after a 3-point miss, minute left. They then get those last 2 free throws from Reeves, 96-91. And you're like, look out. Here we go, Houston. They have 2 massive misses on a fucking possession. Lakers get the rebound. You're like, oh my God, Houston are going to do it. The Lakers, both LeBron and Reeves miss 3s. Ayton gets the putback, so it's 96-93. But then they foul Amen Thompson. He misses the first, but he hits the second. So suddenly it's still a 2-point possession game, 24 seconds left. LeBron just short arms a 3. He just looks cooked. Jabari free throws, game over. And you're like, ooh-wee, was that the great escape for the Rockets? Is this the moment where they get that hint of confidence where it's like, we didn't shit our pants this time. Awesome. Now we're going to go home and win game 6. I reckon it just might be. But the Lakers, look, 7-27 from downtown, 15 turnovers. It was just a bit of a shit game, especially at home. But the big problem was, none of their fucking role players hit any shots, and LeBron couldn't buy a 3. 0 of 6 from downtown. Reeves goes 2 of 8 from 3 as well. So when you got your 2 main offensive weapons out there combining to shoot 2 of 14 on 3s, you're a bit fucked, mate. Reeves had 22. Ayton was really good, 18 and 17. He had 10 offensive rebounds. He was everywhere. Smart ran out of gas as well. He had 11 points, 3-7 all from downtown, but he had 6 turnovers and 2 assists. Yeah, Luke Kennard was shit out, so I'm going to talk about him later. Rui was fine, 12 and 3, that big 3 later. But look, 7-27 from downtown, Kennard doing fuck all. The rest of your bench not helping in the least. Like, Reeves came off the bench and he started the second half because Kennard was a fucking just, like, absolute just basket case at that point. So you only played like basically 6 dudes as well because Jackson Hayes was out there for 10 minutes, 9 minutes for LaRavia and Vando for 6. So, yeah, Rockets just got him. 14 of 40 from downtown, 11 turnovers compared to the Lakers. Jabari Smith Jr. was awesome. 22, 7 and 3, 4 and 9 from deep. Alpi had 14, 9 and 8 with 6 turnovers. Amen Thompson couldn't really hit much. He went 4 of 14, but he still had 15 points, and he does get a lot of deer in the headlight kind of vibes late in these games. But he hit 1 or 2 free throws when it mattered, so good on him. Reed Shepherd, though, how are the fucking balls on this bloke? 12 points, 12 shots, but has the 2 biggest baskets of the fucking game to win it for him. And yeah, the rest of I think their bench was like DFS, Okogie, and Holiday. And they went 4 of 13 from downtown. It's like, holy shit, that's like almost better than, it's traveling at a better clip than the entirety of the Lakers team. So that's pretty good. So great win from the Rockets, 4-2 there. Let's do an NBA Straya Approved Performance of the Night.
That's not that nice. That's a knife.
This is obviously going to be two number one picks having a crack at each other. Paolo Banchero and Cade Cunningham. A couple of number one picks just going, tonight, it's about me. I'm really good. So is that guy. And I love this because they used to go at each other in AAU and all that sort of shit. The only other time that has happened where there've been two players on opposing teams go for 45 plus, you might remember when Jamal Murray and Donnie Mitchell did it back in 2020, Nuggets Jazz first round, which is pretty cool. Cade, that's a playoff record for the Pistons with his 45 points, going past Dave Bing Bong. He had 44 and 68. And Paolo is 1 point shy of the Magic record, which T-Mac and Dwight both have. So Paolo got 45 as well. But the cool thing was they were both like very efficient. And this is like, it was in such a sort of stark difference to the rest of their teams that both of them stood out. And by the time you get to that third quarter when Paolo starts going off and Cade's already sort of gone off for heaps, and you're like, holy fucking shit, we're going like absolute mano a mano here. This rules. And it kicked ass. So yeah, I kind of want to see more of this. That was fun as hell. So there you go. Paolo Banchero and Cade Cunningham, both the NBA Australia Approved Performers of the Night. What about Spud of the Night, Jim?
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the Night.
Now look, Goga can go and get fucked. Goga Batazde, go get fucked, you bastard. Goga the bastard. 0 of 1 in 13 minutes, 1 rebound. What are you doing out there, you idiot? You know? Not only does he hurt our man Jock Landale in a dog act, but he's also shit at basketball. But today's Spud of the Night, it has to be Luke Kennard. So we've just gone from Luca Nard to shithouse Nard. The Duck man, Luke Kennard, played 31 minutes and did nothing. And this is my thing. If you're a white guy shooter, looking at you as well, Duncan Robinson, and you're not hitting shots, what the fuck are you doing? Right? Oh, and the thing is, to only take 4 shots in 31 minutes in a game where your team can't buy a fucking 3, that's your job. That's why they brought you in. Your entire thing is, hey, not many people pay attention, but I'm like really fucking good at shooting threes, and look at my 3-point percentage. It's like the best in the league. And you're like, then fucking prove it. 31 minutes, 0 of 4 from the floor, 0 of 2 from 3, 1 turnover, 1 point. Many would ask, what does Luke Kennard do? And they would be right. Holy he's almost gone full Tony Snell, but he had 2 steals and a block in there as well. But fucking hell. 31 minutes for your 3-point sniper to only take 2 threes when your entire team can't fucking hit anything. That's like an angry Spud. It's like if you've ever had loaded fries. Have you going to the States? One of my favorite things was like you'd have like those loaded potato fucking the loaded like I don't know potato skins and shit like that. Absolute fat bastard territories. And you look at it, and it gives you a heart attack. Like, that's an angry fry. That's an angry Spud action. That's what I got from Luke Kennard today. I just got fucking angry. I'm like, Jesus Christ, giving me a heart attack. Fucking cholesterol's through the roof just looking at you, you fucker. So there you go, Luke Kennard. Spud of the Night. A pure potato skin. Oh, I can't wait to go back to the States as well. Have I said that on the show? When I was chatting with Chris yesterday, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the States in like a week and a half, or 2 weeks. He's like, oh, fuck, really? I'm like, yeah, going to go to some games and shit. I think I've mentioned this on the show. But yeah, May 20, I'm going over the States. I'll go to a couple of games. Don't know what I'm going to do about the show while I'm away. You guys might just have to watch some videos or whatever of me over there fucking making a fool of myself. But, you know, that was a given anyway. But yeah, May 20, I'm going to go to a Western Conference Finals game and an Eastern Conference Finals game. Go see some mates, go hang out. Probably not eat some potato skins. Who am I kidding? I'm definitely going to do that. Oh, mate, no mates.
Oh, mate, no mates. Oh, mate, no mates.
Oh, mate, no mates.
Oh, mate, no mates.
Oh, mate, no mates.
Oh, mate, no mates.
Who's got no mates today? Well, I mean, LeBron, I'm going to talk about this again later, but yeah, there is a distinct possibility of the Lakers blowing a 3-0 lead and Just, if they drop game 6, oh boy, it's going to be a cacophony, and I can't wait. But my favourite old mate, no mates from today was Anthony Davis on a podcast, sounding like the bloke who has exactly 0 fucking mates in the world. It was like by turns sad, and so just hilariously tone deaf about knowing who the fuck he is and how people see him, that it's amazing. So he says, what do you want to do before you retire? He's like, well, I haven't won MVP. I haven't won Defensive Player of the Year. I want the parade for a fucking championship, so I want to be able to do that again. It's still things I want to try to get. I want to get to 20,000 points. I want to play 20 years. Mate, you're Anthony Davis. You're fucking lucky if you play another 20 games without your fucking bird bones held together with fucking clag and paper mache fucking crumbling to dust. 20 years? There is a better chance of me hooking up with Sydney Sweeney than Anthony Davis playing 20 years. Like, what are we doing here? Just fucking pump the brakes there, pal. But yeah, you can see why everybody just gets sick of his shit and just go, oh, this guy's a fucking dummy. Jesus. Pantsing of the night. Duran on Bada Bancada with 120 left. Oh, that was a big, big, big block. I enjoyed that immensely because it was a clutch block. I love a good clutch block. And on top of that, when you block it into the crowd, it kind of does look sick. Yes, I know you should try to do the Bill Russell thing and keep it in inbounds, but it did look pretty fucking gnarly. Right? There was what I talked about yesterday where Wemby just like blocked it into the fucking 20th row. That was pretty cool. Over the back of the backboard. But yeah, Duran on Banchero was pretty good. I really also enjoyed Calamari Boyles. He was awesome blocking that Mobley dunk. He just sort of got in front of it, got it from the side, stuffs it, and you're like, Jesus. Calamari Boyles using all of his tentacles. That's pretty good. Better than Lonzo. Oh, and also Scotty Barnes had like back-to-back moments where he's just like fucking steal, block, check that out, assist. But a couple of really, really good blocks all in like that one little period, which is really, really fun. He had, where was it? It was, I had this written down as well. Where did he go? No, I don't know. It was pretty good though. He just went what, bang a couple of times, and you're like, Jesus, that was pretty badass. So yeah, he can play a bit, that Scotty Barnes. He blocked the James Harden 3-pointer from behind, which is pretty funny. There was another one that was just before that as well that he got him. So yeah, good stuff by your man's Scoob. All right, better than Lonzo Ball, Ben Simmons, and Bronny James.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. We're coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Jacoby Walter, a.k.a. Yes, Kobe Walter. Jacoby Walter, he was pretty good. That first half was magical. He ends up with 20 points, 7 of 16 shooting, but 6 of 14 from downtown. Bloody hell. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 4 steals. He was absolutely off his head. Worth reminding as well, so he goes 6 of 14 from downtown. That is more threes than Ben Simmons hit in his entire NBA career. Make it that what you will. All right, Yenaz right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Cade.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
Straya. You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
Right, let's do some Yenas, brought to you by you. That's right. Help support the show. Go to buymeacoffee.com/NBA Straya. That means you get to join the Dead Set Legends Club. It means you get exclusive stuff. It's very cool. I'm excited to do more exclusive shit. So go sign up. And basically it's our Patreon, right? So go check it out. You just join the Dead Set Legends Club. You get cool shit. So buymeacoffee.com/NBA Straya. It's cheap as chips and away you go. Some quick yeah-nahs. Hey, Jim, can Detroit win this series? Yeah, nah, yes. They can, of course, win this series because Orlando are absolutely fucking Jekyll and hiding all the time. And if there's going to be a team that absolutely no shows, like 2 more games in crucial moments, it'll be Orlando. But I sort of hit on this on yesterday's show, right? They might have just been foxing this entire time. Like, to tank their way into the 8th seed, it feels like it might be like a little bit beyond the pale. But come on, man. Like, losing that 7-8 play-in game to Philly so they dodged Boston, pretty fucking smart. And then kicking the ever-living fuck out of Charlotte in the 8th seed play-in game so they then get to play an offensively challenged Detroit. It's pretty fucking smart. The thing is, they now have to like lay the smack down and win Game 6 at home, or else going into Detroit for a Game 7 is going to be a fucking hard ass. So if Detroit come back from 3-1, it would be pretty amazing, but they can win it. Because I think the Pistons, look, I think if they get more Cade games like that, if they can get one more Cade game like that in Game 6, who fucking knows? But still, the big problem just remains like that secondary piece. Like, at least Orlando can go, well, fuck, we'll probably do a little bit better. Paolo was awesome, but we'll probably get a better Wendell game. We'll probably get a better Bain game. We'll probably get a better Suggs game at home in Game 6. And Detroit are like, fuck, we might have maxed out with that one today with Tobias Harris. Holy shit, 23 points, fucking. They need Duran just to go whack and fucking lay some wood. Throw up a 26-12 game, but he's been so well played by Wendell that it's pretty crazy. And yeah, the funny story about like him and the ex-Misso now being with Wendell is pretty fucking funny. So anyway, hey, can Philly win the Boston series? Yeah, nah. I still think nah. Right. It is hilarious how everybody was like, there's no way Philly are winning Game 5 in Boston. And then Philly won Game 5 in Boston. But the thing is, it feels like, Game 6, that Joey Muzz sort of threw everything against the wall, I think, in that Game 5. I think it'd be a little bit more measured, kill shot kind of vibes for Game 6 in Philly, and they'll get it. But, oh, Lord, I think part of that, though, is another nah. Did we discount the return of Joel Embiid? Yeah, nah. To a degree, yeah, because what he did yesterday was awesome. And I don't think I made enough about it when I was, fucking 6-7 pints deep into into an afternoon. You're like, Jesus. So yeah, it all got a bit sideways. But he was so fucking good in that game. He controlled the pace of the game between he, Paul George, and Maxey. And obviously Grimes going off his head in that third quarter, but like Embiid being able to put the absolute hurt on the Boston wannabe centers was huge. And the way he played was awesome. A lot of close in sort of shit. He stopped shooting threes and got in, was creating, was rebounding. The defense it gets a lot fucking harder to score when you got a 7 foot, as I said on yesterday's show. I do remember having to, I did get to hit on this point. It just gets a lot fucking harder to score when there's a 7'2" Cameroonian French American bloke in there going, I'm bigger than you. Right? It just gets a bit fucking harder. And Oubre's doing a really, really good job. Paul George and Oubre, they're on the perimeter, like defensively, like on Jaylen Brown and White and co. They're smashing it. So can Philly win the series? Yeah, nah. Did we discount Embiid? Yeah, a little bit. Because he's just still very big and very fucking good at basketball, even if he can't move that well. So I don't know. Don't mind it, but still. Right. Is anyone beating OKC and San Antonio? Because there's one that I keep asking. Yeah, nah. Because it came out that no one in the last 12 years, it's a very specific cutoff because then it happened a bunch of times before that, but no one in the last 12 years has won the title if their first round series has gone more than 5 games. So the only 2 teams so far that have obviously managed to do that are OKC and San Antonio. So I guess that's just maths. So no one's winning it apart from OKC or San Antonio. I did love that Brady P. He wrote in with a good one. Hey, boss. Now that Billy D isn't coaching the Bulls anymore, Sacramento now have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Yes. I legitimately lolled. I laughed out loud when I read that. I'm like, oh my fucking God, that would be the funniest shit in the world. Because if Sacramento are like, you know what we fucking love? Like the 2022 Chicago Bulls. Now we can get the coach as well. We've already got Levine. We've already got DeRozan. Let's fucking do this, boys. Like, they'll trade for Patch Williams. It's going to be awesome. They'll bring back John Salmons. So, like, I've always made the joke about the John Salmons Bowl between Chicago and Sacramento and how they just keep swapping players and they're just still both as shit as each other. For them to go and go, fuck it, actually, piss off Doug Christie, we're going to get Billy Donovan, is the funniest fucking thing that could happen this offseason. Love it. Unpopular opinion of the day.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
I want to hear from you guys about the draft reform stuff. I just think it's fucking the 3-2-1 system. Oh, it's got a cute fucking easy name. You know what's also easier? Just fucking flattening the odds across the board. Because I feel like, don't you feel like, it's just going to encourage like more tanking as well. Like when you flatten it out in this way, like you're not going to tank out of the playoffs because the odds are still so minuscule. But by the same token, all it will take is like one of those teams that, you know, finishes like Milwaukee or someone like this year, just outside of the playoffs, kind of, you know, in 11th spot in their conference to get a fucking number one pick. And then boom, every team that's like on that 9-10 thing, they're like, fuck, is it worth getting our heads kicked in the play-in and then getting like scant lottery odds or getting a little bit more and having 2 balls rather than 1? I don't know. It's pretty fun, pretty weird. I think there's a lot better ways of going about it. Like, my thing with all this sort of shit, and it goes for the AFL, it goes for NBA, it goes for sport, pop culture, podcasts, all the same sort of shit. If you can't explain your rules or explain what you're trying to do to someone who doesn't follow the sport, who doesn't know you, whatever, if you can't do it in a sentence or 2, it's fucked. It means you got a dumb system and it's too complicated. Because this is it. I sort of like always approach this from like, you know, trying to explain it to like my folks or mates of mine who don't follow basketball that much. It's like, oh, why is this so exciting? It's like, well, in the draft lottery, they put all these balls in there, and if you get the number one pick, it's fucking awesome. And now it's like, well, this draft lottery, the 3 worst teams actually get worse odds at getting the best picks, but teams 4 through 10, and you're already fucking done, right? It just sucks. Anyway, bit of Outback Takehouse. Look out, incoming. It's Thursday at Outback, and you know what that means? 2 for 1 blooming onions. That's right, no prick in Australia knows what the fuck these things are. It's some sort of deep fried onion because you fat bastard Yanks are just like a walking heart attack. That's right, deep fried fucking flour onions only at Outback. It goes great with a flame grilled take. And today's flame grilled take is LeBron blowing a 3-0 series lead would be his most lasting part of his legacy. You can break all the records in the world, but if your team becomes the first one to blow a 3-0 lead, that is going to be the funniest fucking thing in the world. Because my absolute favorite thing about this is, will we look at LeBron differently if he becomes the first dude to blow a 3-0 lead? Yes. Yes, we will. 100% we will be talking about that. It's like the basketball gods doing like a long con. Like after the 3-1 2016 finals comeback. Amazing. But them then sort of tweaking everyone's noses and doing like the 3-1 Halloween party and all that sort of shit. This might feel like cosmic retribution on LeBron James, right? If he then turns around and blows becomes the first team ever to blow a 3-0 series lead. It would be the fucking funniest thing in the world. I mean, it's just perfect. Not only did MJ never lose in a finals and LeBron's just like lost more than anyone, but obviously MJ never blew a 3-0 lead in a playoff series because no one has done that before LeBron. He's just breaking all the records only at Outback. Like, the conversation ends there, doesn't it? Like, the debate. Oh, LeBron's the greatest. MJ never blew a 3-0 series lead, you fucking idiots. Forever number 2. Forever number 2 there, LeBron. The argument is absolutely ironclad at that point. MJ greater than LeBron if he blows a 3-0 lead. All right. there we go. Let's jump into a bit of Andrew Gaze Graham Mumber Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence because there was no Aussies out there. Tyrese Proctor copped that did not play coach's decision today. And that's it, right? Because you had Aussie Matty T. You have a bit of a rough one. I mentioned that on yesterday's show. The Blazers are now done. Jingles, not out there. Didn't play yesterday anyway. So Dyson in Game 5. We already talked about his pretty decent game yesterday as well on yesterday's show. So if you need me to rehash that, I mean, Dyson was good. 17, 2 and 5, 7-11, 2 of 4 from deep. Every time Dyson hits a 3, drink. That's what I did yesterday. So, Andrew Gaze Graham Mumber Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence.
It's the first annual
Andrew Gaze Graham Mumber.
Outstanding achievement here. The Field of Excellence.
It's surely LeBron James. Is really good. He is so good. I believe that today was the first time he has blown a home closeout game in 18 years. That is pretty bloody remarkable. Series clinching game at home. That's the first time he lost one in a million years. So that's pretty bloody good. And we also had, I think LeBron hit 500 career steals in the playoffs today. So that's pretty good because it's the most ever. He's 105 ahead of Scottie Pippen, who was second. That's just absolute chaos. Chaos. Fastest to 1,000 points, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Most points in NBA history. First to blow a 3-0 lead in a playoff series? Maybe. All right, what about some game previews for tomorrow's slate, Jim? Let's do it. Let's have a look at some Patty Mills, though. Before we do that, the Game Day Baller Game Day Twitter check-in. What's Patty been up to? Where'd he go, Patty? Patty Mills, Baller. Here we go. What's he been up to? There we go. Ah, that's pretty good. La Dinamita di Patty Mills. Boom! Patty Mills Dynamite. The Aussie finished with 23 points and 7 threes. Oh, I love Patty Mills. That's great. Let's do some game previews, though, for tomorrow. Game previews. Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? Yeah, not bad. Went to the physio today for the first time in a few weeks, and I am rooted. Everything already hurts, so that's going to go great. Anyway, so tomorrow for your TGIF awesome lineup, we have 3 absolute belter game 6s. Because, I mean, this is it. It's the pointy end. Where you've got the Knicks up 3-2, Boston up 3-2, and Minnesota up 3-2. How are these going to go? Let's talk it out. Remember, you can find our picks over at Dabble. The link is in our show description or our social bios. What do we go? 2 or 3 today? I think. Yeah. Not bad. New York at Atlanta. The Knicks are 2.5 point favorites in Atlanta. I kind of like that too, because I kind of think there might be just that absolutely mega closeout Brunson game in store here. But by the same token, we've also seen this Knicks team struggle in the past. Look at last year against the Pacers, etc. Just when they're feeling pretty good about themselves, that's exactly when they shit down their legs and it all goes a little bit haywire. But I think the Knicks, they managed to slow down CJ McCollum. We know that the Hawks will be pretty good at home. You probably get a better Nick Alexander-Walker game, maybe a good Jalen Johnson one, but I think Cat is sort of proven to be a bit of a problem. OG's been fantastic all series. I think Brunson probably has like a let's close this out kind of game. And if Cat comes along for the ride, I think the Knicks can get that. So should be a fascinating game. I cannot wait. That's at 9 a.m. too, which is a pain in the bum because I can do NBA coffee run super early again. But anyway, I'll just have to be more organised and get the coffee out in the backyard. But anyway, Knicks minus 2.5. What do you reckon? I think I'll take that. Boston at Philly. This one is a 5.5 point line for the Celtics. And this is where this one gets a little bit tricky because I kind of feel like the set, like 5.5 feels perfect because if it was any more, it'd be disrespectful to Philly. But by the same token, you feel like Boston could win this one pretty handily. And I think that's where I'm leaning. I think I'm going to go Boston minus 5.5. I feel like they can win this by 8, 10 pretty handily. Like if they just basically come up with a couple of different ways of looking at Embiid, trying to slow him down, or better yet, if Embiid eats, that's fine. Just don't let Maxey kill you. And that's kind of what Boston will probably do. And if they hit their threes, they can just bomb this one out of existence. So I think we'll go Boston in that one, minus 5.5. And then Denver, Minnesota, I think we might go another favorite here. Denver backs against the wall, down 3-2 in Minnesota. Minnesota are banking a lot on Ayo. They lost Bones Highland to a bit of a hyperextended knee as well. So they're now kind of out 3 rotation players, which is probably just that one too many, I feel like, to even like have a real crack. Because between Ayo and Randall, Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid, it's like, yeah, it's got, you can still see how they can hang, and then it probably just gets a little bit too tough for them to slow down Jokic. He was so good last game. I think Murray should be all right in this one too. So I'm going to go Denver minus 5.5 in Minnesota. So we're going to go 3 of the favorites. And I think out of all those, Atlanta's probably a really decent crack at plus 2.5. But remember, all the games that the Knicks have won in that series, they've won pretty handily. So I'm okay with the minus 2.5. Boston, the 5.5 feels pretty key because even that game 3 that they won in Philly, where they sort of just played pretty well, they win it by 8. It feels about okay as well. And Denver, I just sort of feel like they're just going to be too deep and too good and probably just slowly kick their ass as they sort of did last game too. So, but I think Minnesota tend to do this as well, right? You can have all the expectations in the world. You think the Denver are world beaters, and then Minnesota just go, that's cute. Check this out. Here's Gobert swatting everything. Here's Randall muscling everybody out of the road. Here's Ayo dropping 43. So there's a little bit of a wild card in there, and I'm sort of tempted to take Minnesota plus 5.5, but the way that Denver did them in game 5, I feel pretty confident that they can get them by double digits at least anyway. So I'm going to go Denver. Nice! And that is it for today. So we'll catch on deck tomorrow for a big Friday show. We'll do that after those 3. Set you up for the weekend's games, which we'll know the schedule for properly after that, which will be kind of neat. Some Game 7s. Game 7, baby! On the weekend. That'd be good. Because I think that's what we'd get, wouldn't it? Yeah, we'd have some on Sunday. So, yeah, that'd be fun as. All right. But otherwise, make sure you're following NBA Straya on Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, YouTube, all the socials. Get around Footy Unfilterated as well. I love talking AFL, obviously, so jump on that show. Me and Jez talking it up. It's very much in the vein of NBA Straya as well. So if you like AFL and you need it a little bit looser, boom, we're your go-to. So go check us out on the socials, Footy Unfilterated, and on the podcast apps and on YouTube. Jim Does Supercoach. We put up our AFL Supercoach show today as well. It's a really interesting week in AFL Supercoach. So go check out Jim Does Supercoach on the socials and on the podcast apps and everything. So it's all there. Rate, review, star, subscribe across all your apps as well. Jump in the comments, say good day, send us through some yeah-nahs for tomorrow's Big Friday show. That'd be pretty fun. Help support the show as well. buymeacoffee.com/NBA Straya. Simple. Just go check that out. Help a brother out. Support the show. Be much appreciated. Big thanks go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song They Rule. So do House Hats, Joshua Durantis, Fascinator, Gold Mines, Ramshackle Army, who are playing a show on May 9 at the Bendigo Hotel in Collingwood. Scarfighter 2. I'll be there early and I'll be there late. And I'll be at Deftones in between. Oh, I'm also going to see Super Heaven this weekend. Both shows, Friday and Saturday. So Friday it's at the Prince of Wales. Saturday I think it's a Billboard. Or 180 Russell, 170 Russell, whatever they call it now. If you don't know Super Heaven, I fucking love Super Heaven. I saw them in New York 15 or some shit. 2014, 2015. And it was fucking amazing. They're from I want to say Philly or some shit. They rule. And I can't believe they're actually coming out and that they've sold out a show. That's amazing. I can't wait for this fucking band. It's been 10 plus years since I've seen them. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I'll see you at Super Heaven. But also, so The other bands, Iowa, Sex Shadow, Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear on the show. Smash them on your music streaming platform of choice. All right, I got to get out of here, so nothing at the end of this one. I'm going to go pick up the squids. So we'll catch you tomorrow, you dickheads. This is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would ya? And later, hosen.
Splits the sea.